Hey everybody, this is Josh Bales, Incarnation Oviedo. Today is the Feast of the Annunciation, pictured here in this beautiful icon, Gabriel announcing the Incarnation to Mary. Here's the collect of the day. Pour your grace into our hearts, O Lord, that we who have known the incarnation of your Son Jesus Christ, announced by an angel to the Virgin Mary, may by his cross and passion be brought to the glory of his resurrection, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, now and forever. We started a couple of weeks ago, now a little more than that, the season of Lent, and I was talking about how I was thinking about Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey and the call to all of us to come home for Lent. And now here, right in the middle of Lent, we have this feast day with Mary's call, in a sense, to enter into the particular story of transformation that God had for her, and then through her, the story of transformation that God has for us in the whole world. It's really a beautiful kind of connection. Joseph Campbell said this about the particular part of the hero's journey that he called the call. He said, the hero's journey always begins with the call. One way or another, a guide must come to say, look, you're in sleepy land, wake up, come on a trip. There's a whole aspect of your consciousness, your being, that's not being touched. So you're at home here, well, there's not enough of you there. So it starts. Campbell also said, we must be willing to let go of the life that we've planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. I just am fascinated by the wisdom and truth that lie behind Campbell's words, who was not a professing Christian by any means. But doesn't this fit your journey and mine, and certainly Mary's? Madeleine L'Engle wrote a very short poem called After Annunciation, and she kind of highlights Mary's choice in the matter, in going along with God's will. There are different ways to look at that, but this is how Madeleine's poem goes. It's called After Annunciation. This is the irrational season, when love blooms bright and wild. Had Mary been filled with reason, there'd have been no room for the child. Malcolm Guite also has a wonderful poem about the Annunciation, and it goes like this. We see so little, stayed on surfaces. We calculate the outsides of all things, preoccupied with our own purposes. We miss the shimmer of the angels' wings. They coruscate around us in their joy. A swirl of wheels and eyes and wings unfurled, they guard the good that we purpose to destroy. A hidden blaze of glory in God's world. But on this day, a young girl stopped to see with open eyes and heart. She heard the voice, the promise of his glory yet to be. As time stood still for her to make a choice, Gabriel knelt and not a feather stirred. The Word himself was waiting on her word. I love the focus. I think it's interesting from both poets to hone in on Mary's choice, or her acquiescence, her yes, or fiat to God's will. And the profound implications for us. In the collect we started with, the Annunciation gets tied into the season of Lent when we prayed, pour your grace into our hearts, O Lord, so that we who've known the incarnation of your Son may by his cross and passion be brought to the glory of his resurrection. That's a prayer about us, right? Being invited into the suffering, which will inevitably be part of our calling, like it was Jesus' calling, and like it was for Mary as well. I hope you can find some meaning, see the face of Jesus today, even in and through this particular part of the biblical narrative and Mary's story. God bless you on this feast of the Annunciation.